Harshin, Kimera. Welcome back to Speak Gaelic. Ha ma a bhearash nor cúideach. It's great to be back in your company. Now, I wonder if you can guess the theme of this episode. Here's a clue. Most of us never have enough of it. We're going to be looking at making plans and organising what you do in your own time. And Calum MacIlleathain, your own time. And Calum MacIlleathain. You may remember from Series 1 that there's another word for time. Chi-che. Time. Chi-che. And since we have lots of new words and phrases to learn, Hawan h-ath bickanin shagaif mina haunsa program show. It's high time I told you what's in this episode. Discuss when something is going to happen. Calum Maclean takes us to a place that's quite simply out of this world. Make arrangements with friends. And we'll meet Andrew Findlater, who tells us about his renewed interest in Gaelic. We have a busy half hour ahead. Smishin, a vilshiv jishal, od hawan hi jakin thoshachu. It's time to start. Let's speak Gaelic. In previous episodes, we've learned how to discuss what something is in the present, past and future tenses using ha, va and be. Let's look at how to discuss what something would be using the word bhíodh, would be, bhíodh. Instead of saying hashin ma, that's good, hashin ma, we can say bhíodh sin ma, that would be good, bhíodh sin ma. For example, if you were trying to arrange when to meet a friend, you might say cúine bhíodh magút. When would be good for you? Cúine bhíodh magút. Or if you were in a more formal setting, possibly at work, you could say cúine bhíodh frickarachút. When would be suitable for you? Cúine bhíodh frickarachút. If you wanted to ask if a specific time would be suitable, you could use the phrase bhíodh, which simply means would. Bhíodh. So, to ask if 5 o'clock would be good for you, we say bhíodh cóig magút. Bhíodh cóig magút. And to answer, if it was, bhíodh. Yes, it would. Bhíodh. But if 5 o'clock didn't suit, you would say gabhail. No, it wouldn't. Gabhail. You can also use bhíodh with the other question words we've learned, such as cúine, when, cimar, how, and cáte, where. But remember that cáte differs slightly from the other question words. We say cúine ha, when is, cúine ha, and how is, cimara ha, cimara ha. But with cáte being different, it's cáte where is, cáte. It's the same in this case using bhíodh. So we say cúine bhíodh, when would, cúine bhíodh, and how would, cimara bhíodh, cimara bhíodh. But because it's cáte, it has to be cáte bhíodh, where would, without lenition. Cáte bhíodh. Using cúine allows us to say cúine bhíodh magút. When would be good for you? Cúine bhíodh magút. But if you're using cáte, you say cáte bhíodh magút. Where would be good for you? Cáte bhíodh magút. In this next conversation, listen out in particular for cúine bhíodh magút.
Shanna bhíchal. Shall nu
I fis ac am Johnny. Am ich hod dillich. Am ich station colliery Emma.
O, catch a bel ema, dol.
I dol gan geramach. Can you mahur guma? I chin.
O, ham i dwli. Ach bydd asion yn ddolaba y iachar am i yn docus. Nesio, how gyr I lesan?
Am you giri lesson cockroch, ma share tolle.
Tyrta, ni mysysyn. Cynna fe magwt?
In big shif serik and jerich shachking.
Fe dy sahan mago. A fe dy donych ma idger. A fe yn syr dy donych.
Big just saharn you mag also.
De nŵr yn biar.
Couldn't just saharn you big mag eisha.
Dy sahan ni. Be mi dolgan fw am syfadyn agos gol lôn le Elsie. Fe 3 oedd yn mago. Am bysyn ffregarach.
Fiction guma frickrach.
Catch yn tian sy'n yn lesan.
In big shif John chin gonna flat acum.
Fi, gydaraf.
In big a cashka your taxi order to gave.
Ha fi, ha mi dol achosach. Ha yn fflat ac yd ffasgar yn hei acam.
Gleva?
Nesio, gais o'r sy'n byg a fe ffregarach son yn lesan sio.
Roots and B. Big blastus and B frickrach.
Sy'n fwy un I ysg giol agos glastri. Am bysyn ffregarach son h-ath lesan.
Fiction scaniel.
And the Gàidhlig shiv kuch jin a chayr ran shit. Did you recognise some of the phrases we heard there? Shonny was arranging a lesson kochgerach, a cookery lesson, for Michael. Shonny asked, kun je weer magut? When would be good for you? Kun je weer magut? Referring to his own availability, Michael replied, Vir je saharnje mago. Saturday would be good for me. Vir je saharnje mago. And he went on to say, Chavir je donig ma h-ath. Sunday wouldn't be good at all. Chavir je donig ma h-ath. Do you remember what Shonny said next? Chavin sur je donig. I wouldn't be free on Sunday. Chavin sur je donig. A special form of the verb that we use when referring to ourselves is bhíonn. We use this instead of bhíodh me. Bhíonn, I would be. Bhíonn. Or, as Shonny said here, chavhíonn, I wouldn't be. Chavhíonn. Michael had a further question for Shonny. Kun je saharnje a bhíodh ma réimse? When on Saturday would be good for you? Kun je saharnje a bhíodh ma réimse? And Shonny replied, Bhíodh 3 uadan mago. 3 o'clock would be good for me. Bhíodh 3 uadan mago. He then went on to confirm that would be suitable for Michael. An beigshin frickerach. Would that be suitable? An beigshin frickerach. Michael was so pleased to be getting a cookery lesson that he asked Shonny, An beige kerskeljor, would it be okay? An beige kerskeljor, and he continued, Taxi orste gegeif. To order a taxi for you. Taxi orste gegeif. And Shonny replied, Chavioch. No, it wouldn't. Chavioch, as he prefers to walk. Let's listen again to some of these phrases.
Am you giri lesson cockroch, ma share tolle?
Tyrta, ni mysysyn. Cynna fe magwt?
In big shif serik and jerich shachking.
Fe dy sahan mago. A fe dy donych ma idger. A fe yn syr dy donych.
Big just saharn you mag also. Couldn't just saharn you big mag eisha.
Fe 3 oedd yn mago. Am bysyn ffregarach.
Fiction guma frickrach.
I'm sitting down now for my favourite part of the programme, where we get to be a bit nosy and learn about some of the other people like us who are also learning Gaelic. I've been joined by Andrew Findlater, or Findo as he's known to his friends. But before we start chatting about his learning journey, let's find out a bit more about him.
Hello, it's me, Anndra Findlater. I'm Andrew Findlater. póca mí neach-ciùil ach anois ha mé fuireach glasachú cholar mo bhruidhinn. I went through Gaelic medium education from the age of 5. My parents never spoke the language but always encouraged me to learn. Regrettably, I stopped speaking Gaelic during my teenage years and subsequently lacked the confidence to speak it. Be me a clúich na drumichin on sa Cháilín Trail West, we are a West Coast style céilí band. He críoch an toirt ach marry girl is kill. We've played to audiences around the world. There's no better feeling than being with your pals playing music on a stage. And you're beicht ceol bell. It's tell him a via corkerach. It's a chance to be creative and to indulge. I like to try out different dishes. Greek-style chicken is one of my favourites. Aye, blast it, even though I say so myself. Be me a clúich golf. It's a great way to enjoy the beauty of Scotland. Hole in one. Stay left. As I have grown a little older, my appreciation and understanding of the importance of Gaelic is much greater. I take pride in speaking to my bandmates in Gaelic at every opportunity. Clairci no cairi, and that's very true.
Anndra, Fáilteart to speak Gaelic. Cymryd a how?
Bagoyer, Stain.
Gabhail. Now, you had Gaelic when you were young, you learned it in school, and are now coming back to the language. How have you been reacquainting yourself?
A variety of things, I'd say. Just trying to speak to other people that I know that have got Gaelic a little bit more often, at least, from whether you're with the boys in the band or back home in Tiree, or I'm sure there's other times when I've been out and about and I know somebody there. And then I think just trying to build up the confidence from looking up words that I can't remember in Fachler Bake or even the BBC bite-sized stuff. There's loads of stuff out there.
And how is it trying to come back and speak Gaelic to your friends and family?
All right. I think some people are more understanding than others, depending on who you're talking to. But I know some folk are very accommodating and just, again, I think it's more in my head than anything else, actually.
And have you had like a breakthrough moment when you've been maybe trying to learn Gaelic or speak Gaelic again recently?
I did the Chile Me course with Ewan Stewart, and I've looked at various other things just to keep going on the Gaelic front and again, just boost your confidence, really.
Mm-hmm. And did you find that Chile Me was a real help because you were surrounded by like-minded people?
A lot of people are in the same boat, you know, haven't used the language for a few years, but had it in school or had it with their parents and things like that. And yeah, I think once you realise that you were all kind of similar level, some people would be slightly better than others, but it was quite nice, actually.
Yeah. And what spurred you to go back and look at learning Gaelic again?
I think it's always been in the back of my mind. Certainly when I'm away with the boys and we've done any sort of BBC Alpha stuff, there's several boys in the band that are a lot stronger at Gaelic than me, so generally I've always just shied away from it and just gone, oh, you boys go and do it. And it just makes you lazy. So I think just thinking about it and wanting to keep it going, I don't know, something stirred within, shall we say.
That's lovely. And do you think you feel confident enough now to give it a go next time someone asks?
Quite possibly. I'll see. Yeah.
Because you really can only do it. It's the only way to do it is just force yourself to go out and speak.
Exactly.
Now, do you have a favourite Gaelic word or phrase?
Well, neach-ciùil or neach-ciùil, you know, confidence is I think probably my chosen word, as it were. And I think I'm not alone. There's a lot of people that if they haven't used Gaelic for a few years, you know, a lot of it's in your head, I reckon. You're just like, I'm not too sure if I know or if I can do that. And so, yeah, building the confidence again to get back into it, I think.
Oh, well, h-ath Gaelta, thank you so much for coming to talk to us. I guess h-ath, good luck with your continued Gaelic weekend.
Cheers.
Now it's time to join Speak Gaelic's roving reporter, Calum MacIlleathain, who continues to share some of Scotland's hidden gems with us. This time, Calum's head is in the clouds, looking to the universe and beyond.
See up there? Aye. Go and have a look. Up there, beyond the clouds, there's Fanus. Space. Fanus. See that wee accent on the A? That makes the vowel long. Thanis. Some people are actually really keen to go up there and see Cionn, the world, Cionn from above. But it's not for me. I prefer to travel where my legs or even my bike wheels can take me, and can you imagine the fuel bill for a rocket? That's definitely not for me. But it did get me thinking, what if there was a way I could get an idea of Thanis from Earth? And it turns out I can.
The Croic multiverse covers approximately 55 acres in Dunfries is Gàidhlig, Dumfries and Galloway. Dunfries is Gàidhlig. It was created by Charles Jenks, and his design transformed this former open-cast neach-ciùil coal mine neach-ciùil. Alistair Clark worked alongside Charles Jenks to bring the Croic multiverse to life.
What does the multiverse represent?
Well, it's ages through time. You know, you've got your Andromeda, the multiverse and such like, and they're just different periods through history.
And what connects them? I mean, what do we see here?
You've got your north-south walk, which we're standing on the amphitheatre now, and then just further up you've got your east-west walk, and then you've got your cosmic collision and such like.
And before the multiverse was here, say for example 50 years ago, and we turned up, what would we be looking at?
In the north walk there, you can see that's where the dumpers or the dredgers put up the soil so that they could get to the coal. And you can see that in many pits over, you know, you've got to dig to get to the coal, and it's just the handiest place to dump the what they would call waste, but what we can use for something else.
And use it they have. The boulders from the site were used to create this north-south line. Tua, north, Tua is in that direction, and Jess, south, Jess is in that direction.
And the spiral galaxies of Andromeda and our Milky Way are represented here by these large mounds of Earth. They're seemingly being drawn together by gravity, but it's not due to happen for another 4 billion years. Aye, learngaelic. Let's keep going. Learngaelic.
The Comet Walk leads up to the Belvedere, which offers a 360-degree view of the area. Igrian, the sun, Igrian, is represented by the amphitheatre below.
This stone hand at the top with a finger pointing up is pointing directly at reul-chriosan, the North Star, reul-chriosan, an important runic, star, runic, which has guided travellers for centuries. Aye, it's lined up correctly. Sin chéim beic ghása, that's one small step for me, sin chéim beic ghása. Oh, agus chéim mór, one giant leap, chéim mór, ga Dunfries is Gàidhlig. Beam me up, joy.
Ar runach Idimrich, our very own wandering star. Ar runach Idimrich. I just hope he gets to his destination ahead of our next episode. Thanks to Calum's astronomical efforts, we now know that Thanis is space, Igrian is the sun, and reul-chriosan is the North Star, and reul-chriosan. And remember, you can keep up with all of Calum's adventures on our website and on all of our social media platforms. Achanish, ha hi checking barach Gaelic a bhruidhinn. It's time we spoke some more Gaelic. A bhir sibh díseal, maha, dhéanais an iarn. We're going to look at how to make plans using some of the question words we've learned previously. When arranging to meet a friend, you could ask, Catch and Cynnig. Where will we meet? Catch and Cynnig. Now, if you're deciding where you should eat, it's Catch and Neach-ciùil. Where will we eat? Catch and Neach-ciùil. Or if you're simply trying to work out where to go, Catch and Cheich-ciùil. Where will we go? cáin chéad sin. To ask when to meet a friend, you say cúine chunnichas sin. When will we meet? Cúine chunnichas sin. To ask when you'll go somewhere, we use h. We'll go. H. So we say cúine h sin iawn. When will we go there? Cúine h sin iawn. And if you want to ask when you'll be leaving, you say cúine bhís sin a fallabh. When will we be leaving? Cúine bhís sin a fallabh. During this next conversation, listen out in particular for the cúine and cáte questions.
Ha chomma deicin Alice, sata von Norsin. Och, nio neich bliana.
Ha mau hei neich yn cwjoch. Ar yn gitar ac y tas.
Ha, a cha mi gled angli moped. Agus ha mi trangli baloch big.
Catch a fel marston. Figure ma cannach ugdish.
Ha marston e club balcosha na scola noch. Siach ma ha. Kun je hoshi husa aan te scolúd?
Hosh gym i ansel no bedwyd ac ym jylwain.
Cymryd a ha cwsian.
Ha hwla cael ma. Ha mi check ys ciol. Han y teacher yn gas da agus han sgol bria.
Catch a fel yn scolsian.
Ha I ydyn tyfa jes.
Chan je mi joloch ydyn tyfa jes.
Chan il misha jolach ydyn ys mo.
Vege ma rol yd chwrs colwag.
Oh, fiction ma.
En big, ma denk je sochern je frikker a goed.
Fier. Cha fi mi ecoprydd agus cha dyrai mi planas yn bi. Cwn je can je chysyn.
Kan je hi sing ik jehu ydyn ma ha.
Catch yn can je chysyn.
Kan je hi sing yn sio. Heitjin gan farge, agus gan taitaski, agus gubíag.
Fiction ma hain. Cymryd y heit sy'n gan fala.
Heitjin gan fala ydw fos. Cosi hi sing gan farge, agus gan taitaski.
Catch yn eich sy'n.
En big taibi etelchach kersgilior.
Fig taibi etelchach sganiol. Tapal at y ferdi. Nisha, so then big marshal yn y giri lesson ciùil.
Fiag? Agus mishe?
And the lenshif and corwch itar Alice agus Maddy. Did you follow the conversation between Alice and Maddy? There were a lot of question words as they arranged to go into town together. First of all, Alice asked, Cúine chunnichas sin. When will we meet? Cúine chunnichas sin. And Maddy's reply, Cunnichas sin ag jehuadhan. We'll meet at 10 o'clock. Cunnichas sin ag jehuadhan. Alice then asked, Cáin cunnich sin. Where will we meet? Cáin cunnich sin. And Maddy said, Cunnichas sin an seo. We'll meet here. Cunnichas sin an seo. Alice also wanted to know, Cimar a heit sin gan fala. How will we get into town? Cimar a heit sin gan fala. And Maddy's reply to that, Ir a bus. On the bus. Ir a bus. Let's listen to some of that conversation again. And remember, you can watch all of the conversations in the series, along with bilingual transcriptions, on our website.
Cwn je can je chysyn.
Kan je hi sing ik jehu ydyn ma ha.
Catch yn can je chysyn.
Kan je hi sing yn sio. Heitjin gan farge, agus gan taitaski, agus gubíag.
Fiction ma hain. Cymryd y heit sy'n gan fala.
Heitjin gan fala ydw fos. Cosi hi sing gan farge, agus gan taitaski.
Catch yn eich sy'n.
En big taibi etelchach kersgilior.
Fig taibi etelchach sganiol. Tapal at y ferdi. Nisha, so then big marshal yn y giri lesson ciùil.
You may have come across the us ending in the future tense, as in, Je vies thu y gian of a madoch. What will you be doing tomorrow? Be me a cattle, be me a gal cuairt, but Je vies thu y gianov. And we heard the same form, vies, after the questions cúine and cimara. Now this us ending gets used with all regular verbs in Gaelic. So, Je scríbhas me in seo. What will I write here? Or after Cimera. Cimera chanas tú sin an sa Gaelic. How do you say that in Gaelic? Or after cúine. Cúine chluichas iad. When will they play? That's just about all we have time for in this episode. Han cheacha ruyorn. But let's take a quick look at some of what we've covered. Using bhíoch to say, that would be good. Bhíoch sin ma. Bhíoch sin ma. We also learned the question form of bhíoch, which is bhíoch. Bhíoch. If you wanted to ask, would 5 o'clock be good for you? Bhíoch coiguadan magút. Bhíoch coiguadan magút. To reply, yes, it would be, you say bhíoch. Bhíoch. And if it wasn't, you say no. Chabhíoch. Chabhíoch. We also looked at how to use the question words. Cúine, when, cimmer, how, and cáte, where. When will we meet? Cúine. Cúine chunnichas sin. Cúine chunnichas sin. How will we get into town? Cimmer. Cimmer a héad sin gan bhaile. Cimmer a héad sin gan bhaile. And where? Where will we meet? Cáte an cúnnich sin. But remember, cáte works slightly differently, so we say cáte an cúnnich sin. You'll find lots of supporting materials online. And if you'd like to keep up with the latest conversations about Speak Gaelic, you can do that through all of our social media platforms. Via Maclean. You can watch all of the programmes in this series on BBC iPlayer and download our podcasts from BBC Sounds. There's plenty there to keep you motivated until our next episode. Chuna na hurishmaha, cheerin draste.